All right. Welcome, everybody. Got another game here, part 2, playing Randolph. We just played one game where I played the Harks, and now we're swapping, and I'm playing Atreides. I open up with some desert power next to some harvesters. You can see I have the harvester condition out. I have not shown you my objective yet, but it is the 10 yellow, which I don't love. And a couple of sort of ho-hum missions going on there too. Or, what do you call those, action cards? I am using my Bene Gesserit on Mentat because I want to draw cards. And my double elite is in the southmost seach where he has an ornithopter sitting. So I don't love that. At the moment, I am thinking I will probably deploy on top of my double siege down there at the bottom at some point, but I didn't roll any deploy dice, so it's not going to be easy. I have, in addition to the harvester objective, I have a couple of other scoreable ones. I can put Paul and Jessica in a siege, or I can reveal 2 deployment tokens where Paul is. Now, let's talk about that objective real quick, because it's a 3-pointer, but it's just a 1-1-1. Any of the 3-point objectives where you have to reveal or eliminate a leader where there's not a Harkonnen Legion, it is generally a good idea to try to do that in the sector where the carry-all is. So I can see the sector is in the northeast corridor, or northeast sector here. So if I do go for that objective, I'll probably be deploying there. All right, that's a bummer. Manipulation of Others is a pretty good card to draw first turn. It just makes me discard both my cards. So I'm pretty happy I used the Bene Gesserit token, but also it makes it hard to play if you only have 1 card to play and you draw it. So anyway. All right, going to Stilgar and going to go ahead and eliminate all 3 of these harvesters here. You can see my last worm sign I sort of left next to my double elite. But I think scoring the objective and eliminating 3 harvesters is just too good of an opportunity to pass up. If the Harkonnen player has house dice to play, and if they choose to spend it on harvesters, that just means there's fewer elites on the board. Beast went into the Imperial Basin. And now he's moving him. And I don't usually see this move very often, but it's kind of a cool move, moving that Beast unit by the North Pole without having to empty the North Pole and chaining the ornithopters that way. So I think that's pretty neat. He moves them with the central ornithopter, I believe. Yep. All right. What do I have left? I have, I can deploy Paul with the leader dice. I can draw with the Bene Gesserit, and I have a house dice, which I could use to deploy. He is within striking distance, and he only has a group with a bunch of regulars, and he's kind of by my elite group. So if I pull a Fatican unit here, I think I will... Yeah, that's not a Fatican unit. If that was a Fatican unit, I think I would probably defend that double elite siege. But now I'm not sure what to do, because the double regular, while it stinks to draw that token, you know, I think if I deploy the double regular with the double elite, I think I will lose that siege, because I think he'll probably upgrade his regulars to elites, and then I'm in trouble. So instead, I think I deploy it. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and deploy that double elite with Paul. Now that makes it look like I'm planning kind of an aggressive move there, I think, but I'm okay, because I'm just actually trying to score that reveal to deployment token in the same area as Paul. And again, he cannot place an ornithopter where the carryall is. So I think I'm going to be safe with that objective too. That'll get me Chani at the end of the turn, and maybe I can nab some eco stations and get Reverend Mother out. Would be nice. All right, he is going to do a surprise attack, but he actually throws me for a loop and surprise attacks this other siege, which has just a single elite on it. So, okay. Whenever you're doubled up on health, I don't really think it makes sense to discard cards. Not that I have any to discard here, but if I did, I don't think I would. He breaks both of those shields. It's a bummer. Gets his points. That's going to bump him up and get a Thufir the Roofer. All right. Well, now is Beast going to go out to the deep desert and chase after a 1 siege? I don't know. Ooh, Mentat. I think I probably am going to use the Mentat to draw 2 cards. What a waste of a Bene Gesserit there. That manipulation of others is really bad news on the first turn. I am debating on what to do with Worm Sign here. I'm thinking I'll probably go to eco stations. I think. And I could drop 2 Worm Sign and get 2 eco stations here. Actually, that's not true. I can't grab the one by Paul because I have to reveal those deployment tokens. So I take kind of a roundabout way of getting to this other eco station in the desert. I also don't love going after that eco station because in case the desert, 4 Atreides in the desert objective comes up, that is... I don't know. Okay, fair enough. I have 3 dice left. That will be my last desert power. Okay, so he is spending his house dice on putting 2 ornithopters out on the board. So he's definitely going aggressive here. So what's the rule with aggressive Harkonnen? The rule with aggressive Harkonnen is aggressive Atreides. The problem with aggressive Atreides is I have not been prepping very well for it. I don't have my double elite linked up anywhere. I didn't pull a good deploy token. So be it. All right, a leader move for 1 eco station and a bunch of nothing here. So I'm going to make a weird move here. I'm going to move directly out next to the North Pole. And the reason is because I make bad decisions, I think. I don't know really what this does. I think I'm thinking maybe I pull Juba Cloaks or something and then can take this other station. I don't know. I'm not sure what that move does. I would have been better off linking up another unit together or... Okay. And he has Seek Out the Mahdi. Now, he's not using that for the Paul ability. But he is using that to get to move Beast. So now he has to decide, is he going to move the Beast towards the group with the unit? Or is he going to move the Beast? Okay. So instead of taking the free siege, he's going after the defended one, which that's okay. Lady Jessica is going to draw 2. Yeah, draw 2's better. Bill of particulars is not particularly useful here. So much for my aggressive ideas, man. This is not starting off very good. And then I have a leader dice left. I guess I could use the leader dice to nab an eco station. Maybe that's what I'm doing with my double. Well, on the plus side, I have mostly good deploy tokens left out on the board, I think. All right. What did he do there? I missed it. Maybe that was just the move out. So I could do so I could either take an eco station and then waste a second move. I could surprise attack the beast, which isn't particularly good. Or I could play the bill of particulars to move. Usually you want to move the scouting down, I think, for a minute. Well, and here's the other thing. He has no spice, right? So he's going to have to drop the scouting again. So, all right. And then I play Chat the Leper. And that is a card I would normally play on my double elite. But because my double elite is in the middle of the desert, I'm just going to play it to defend. He does not have any elites out on Beast right now. So I feel like by playing Chat there, I am increasing, my hit points here. I'll be at 6, 8 hit points. And he will be at 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hit points without a surprise. So that feels pretty good. I think the odds are going to be in my favor here. However, that is a very expensive card to just throw away. Had I left my double elite there, I could have basically a powerhouse ready to go next turn, and I could go straight into the North Pole and then into the Basin and Arakeen after that. But yeah, instead I decided to hang out in the desert. Okay, I think Randolph makes the correct assessment here, which is that his unit is not going to get any stronger, and then we're going to have a desert storm, and then yeah. So I have no cards to discard, so it's 6 to 5. His attack is a regular attack, but he does nix my shield, and he does roll a special. Yeah, I think this was a bad calculation on my part. I just wasn't sure what else to do. 6. Ouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yowzers. Well, there's Chat the Leper. And I do 4 back. 4 is okay. But I don't think it's enough to... he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's actually got a downgrade here, too, if he wants to continue. And then if he downgrades, it'll probably be the Sardaukar, and it'll only be rolling 4. Oh, we missed it. Well, if you remember from the last game, we had a rule broken that favored me too, so I think we're missing one here that's getting Randolph. So what he should be doing here is downgrading the Sardaukar and then discarding for 6, so he will just have a not shield break here. That would give me 1 extra shield, but I would still be taking 2 hits and I would still be dead. So, all right. 6 eggs one way, half a dozen the other. 1 more point. Chat has fallen. My south sieges are not looking very good. I have another one that's wide open that he just scouted. Yikes. All right. Well, on the good news, I did score my reveal 2 deployment tokens where Paul is, so that's good. Popped out 2 worms. And do some storms here. Nothing. All right. Well, got those. Didn't get enough eco stations, so did not get the Reverend or Paul. But I did score 2 objectives. I did get 1 eco station. And I do have a Legion next to... Well, I do have a Legion in the middle of the desert. And Chani comes out. Okay, I'm going to toss the green because I only need yellow objectives here. Oof. I would love to have the Sayadina right now, I think. Because I got a good spot to drop her in. But I don't. I have Paul goes on an acid trip, get people into the plateaus to collect dew. Well, on the plus side, Harkonnen Spice is a mess, so he's got to take all 3 bans this turn, and because of the bill of particulars, he's actually losing 2 dice, so he's only rolling 6. I do not have a Bene Gesserit token, so I will have 2 Sand Desert Power actions. And I have 1 worm in a good spot, kind of. Yeah, we'll see. All right, he's going to drop his harvesters all out in the boonies and put the carry-all there. I think that's the right move. Man. Guitar, owl, bar, and the voice. Ugh, gross. The Kitab one lets me move a siege out that's about to get attacked 1 space further. Okay, I'm going to drop 2 ornithopters on the board. Oh, we have 3 ornithopters out on the board. What are we doing? 1 too many ornithopters. Okay, didn't catch that one either. All right, I have 2 Mentat, a house, and a deploy. I would really like to have Reverend Mother here, but I don't. So be it. Oh, maybe there's 3 ornithopters because we're 2 bands down. Is that what's going on? That might be right. All right. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. 5, 3, 1. Yep. All right, so 3 ornithopters out on the board. I'm going to start with a deploy. This might be a little aggressive here, but I think the idea is if he decides to move with Beast, then I can link up the other Atreides Legion next to the Sandworm. And, 3 hit points there is better than nothing. Or 4, I guess, if you count Shani. All right, so Eresham is getting deployed with the deploy token, along with a Sardaukar in our Sunt. Okay. He is at 4 and needs 6, and has already stumbled on a 1. So he's likely to find a 3, so he probably needs 3 sieges left in full. So I gotta watch out for Harkonnen patrols, because I've got 2 totally empty sieges right now. And I go ahead and murder Paul. I don't know if that's a good move or not. I think it probably is. I might need the card that lets me draw another objective, and or the similitudes one, which lets me move my tokens around. So either of those I think will be good. So I go ahead and get rid of Paul, get 3 points, bring the Mahdi out. And he is going to move to from Arsant over to Shield Wall, and then move to the plateau with an Ornithopter. Okay. So he's moving back towards the open siege, which makes some sense. He does have Beast there, and he does have a leader move, so he can get pretty close to it. So I am going to drop off a worm sign, I think. It seems like a Wombat move there. Maybe. Nope. Guess I'm going to go get eco stations. Nope. Maybe I am. He only has... That is his main way in right now to the siege. So there's like a 25% chance I could pull a worm from there. So dropping a worm sign there is pretty good because it's deep desert, I think. And then I also try to get my double elites in an area where they can pick up some eco stations. And he's going to flip that. Ah, bummer. Okay, he's got a beast there. Now the question is, do I house deploy? I have mostly good cards left, or good deployment tokens, so there's a reasonable chance I get a Fatakin and an elite. But instead I say, okay, you can have that. Okay. See what he does here. There is a wide open siege. But instead he is going to deploy with the Baron. And then he's going to move some guys. Okay. He's going after the covered siege before I can reinforce it. Yeah, it looks like it. Gonna cover the eco station. Oh no. He is gonna go out. Okay. Out with the edge ornithopter. All right. I think my move here then is to move the siege. Oh, I remember what happens here. So there, yeah, we'll just let it play out and then I'll explain what's happening here. So I'm going to draw one, play one with Lady Jessica. Drawing an Atreides card, I draw Leah, but she can't come out yet. The voice I don't particularly want to play, so I can play this Kitab al-Kabar and then move a siege and move that out of range. But what happens is, and I cut away from the video, so I don't exactly know how it happened, but the idea was I would go out of range of him, but he actually intended to use the middle ornithopter, not the edge ornithopter. So there was a little bit of a misread here, I think. So we put the ornithopter on the edge back. It seems like a fairly big mistake there, but it's actually not, because I can't move the other Siege away from Beast, because the two areas are both adjacent to where Beast is at right now. So I may have moved his ornithopter on accident and caused my own mistake there. So anyway, so there's supposed to be an ornithopter there, and he uses that ornithopter to attack the Siege I just moved. The other card I could have played is the Voice, but the Voice wouldn't have changed anything anyway. So, yep. So anyway, I just clarify what happened, and then everything is correct because he had 3 on the board. But it was definitely confusing. But again, I wouldn't have moved. I didn't have another valid place to move a Siege, so it's fine. All right, I got a 3-point with a elite and a regular. Not great, but I'll be rolling 5, and I could discard the Voice for 6. Anyway, I mean, everybody makes mistakes when you play a game, and I play pretty fast, so I make a handful of mistakes for sure. All right, I do discard the Voice to roll 6. This is a bad decision because he has 2 Sardaukar, which break both my shields. I have 1 shield that goes through. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm dead. All right, that was the waste of a Voice, the waste of Kitab, and anyway, 3-point Siege. So now I need to figure out what to do with that last open Siege there too. He's gonna have the Beast will be gone, and the Baron will come out, or fade, I guess. Yep. Oof, brutal. Turn 2 fade. Here's the good part. Because that happened in that way, the Baron is removed from the South Siege, and now he can't use his leader dice to attack. So I think that is pretty good. Had he done a leader attack there, I think I probably would deploy another token into that 3 Siege. So I think it'll be okay either way. But yeah, by that being a 3 Siege, it actually did me a favor because now I won't lose the other Siege down at the bottom. And I've got a house dice here, but really just eco stations to take. But instead, I go for plateaus. Really? Oof. I almost think plateaus would be better because not plateaus. Almost think eco stations would be better because there's still 2 yellows I could pick up for that, and then that would be 3 points total. But I do need the yellows, so. All right, Stilgar get plateaus. Man, does not feel particularly good here. So he does a leader move to get out of the deep desert. and see what he does with his other one. Great move here. Just out to the basin. That seems fine. Then end of the turn. So I score 2 more objectives here, 5 more points. I did get Reverend Mother, and I did get Paul out. So that seems okay. I should get 3 of these harvesters, I think the odds are. Maybe 2. Got 3, but 1 gets carry-alled. Oh no, I only get 2, and 1 gets carry-alled. Yeah, the third one is on the dudes. Okay, so he's going to get 8 spice. Oh no, I did get 2. 2 and the dudes. All right, so he'll get 6 spice, so he can keep all his spice in order. Which is okay. Maybe he got 8 spice. I think he should only have 6. Maybe it's 8. I don't know. I've lost track. Good storms. Good storms. And I imagine after I score, I'll probably trash the green and red objective here. Brings out Reverend Mother, and then I can get a Leo with the card I have in my hand now. Yeah, we're going to toss that. Now I'll probably pull Sayadina. Let's see. Nope. Erg. All right. Erg is okay here, actually. So I have the mountain objective, the Erg objective. I have the Yachahuda objective too, which is good to have because the Hark player has to think about it, but it is not going to be useful here. Fear is the Mind Killer. That'll be a good one. Fear is the Mind Killer. I can play on one of these other objectives and get some extra points. So I think I might actually be able to have a chance at winning this here. If I get minor ergs and mountains in an eco station, that would be 4. Nope, that won't be quite enough. That could be 6 total. I could get 6 yellow this turn, 7 if I'm super lucky. We'll have to see how the eco stations look. He needs 4 points. And he is within striking distance of a 2 right away. And then I have tons of open sieges. So this is very much anybody's game. I'm going to use my Bene Gesserit on a Mentat. Now, what do you do here? Do you open up with a Desert Power and just rely on getting lucky and getting 3 out of 4 hits? I don't think so. I think you have to deploy into the main siege here. Again, I could just have 2 elites there and then not be worried about it, but that's not what I chose to do. Instead, Jamis is pretending he's Gurney. All right, we're going to use Chani to deploy. These should all be good tokens now. Yeah. We'll use the Chat the Leper token, I think. Again, man, imagine... Yeah, anyway. I'm done talking about alternate scenarios. That's not the game we're playing here. All right. Hark is moving. Oh no, we're upgrading. Yeah, house dice to upgrade. Okay, swapping out 3 regulars for 3 elites in the desert. That means Chani's going to have her hands full. And keep in mind, that token is not particularly great. That's an elite and a regular, or a Fatakin and a regular. That will not be enough to deal with 2 Sardaukar and 3 elites. You don't want to play Fear as the Mind Killer too early. And I basically have to play that on Erg, I think, so I can get the extra yellow. So I deploy with a house dice, and I don't draw a great deployment token again. But he doesn't know that, and it looks scary, right? So, okay. And I do have another deploy if I need to with another house. Interesting. Maybe surprise attack that group? Here's the thing. If I eliminate that group, that is pretty much the only attacking faction that the Harks have. But they do have an Airsham deploy still, and they do have Fade they can put out. Sardaukar's Disguise. Swap 2 elites for 2 Sardaukar, and then move 2 legions with Sardaukar. Okay, that is now a 4 Sardaukar, 1 elite Airsham division. I can't fight that, even with another deploy there. That's too much. And he can move off the sand onto the mountain, which is exactly what he's going to do. Okay, I remember my mindset here. One of the things you have to do as Atreides is always think about how you're going to win. So I need Erg, and I need Fear is the Mind Killer, which will push me up 4, and that'll put me on the 7. Then I basically need 3 more points. So I need like North Pole, Basin, and Arsant. So I just use Paul's ability to place 2 desert token or 2 worm sign next to the worm, and then attack the North Pole. I have to discard here, I think. I'm only rolling 4. I think I need to roll 5 probably. If I roll 5, I should get 3 hits plus 2 from the surprise. Should be okay. And I drop the Eyes of Abad. Oh, and I drop Aaliyah. I guess I drop Aaliyah because I know I'm going to get Aaliyah with this dice roll. And I really need to win it. Alright. I rolled no extra specials. No, maybe I did. Yeah, Chani came out to play too. Okay, I have 1 Fatakin. Let's see how this lines up here. Block, block, block. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits to 0. 4 hits is not enough to kill it, but he can stay, which will cost me a guy. Yeah, so I downgrade to press. And then I score my 3 red. Why did I move a yellow up? Oh, because I took it. Huh. Okay. So I think I have cheated accidentally here again. I should be at 1, 2, 3, 4 on the yellow spaces right now, and I have moved myself up to 5. Everything else appears to be right on there. Dang it. Hate it when that happens. Like I said, sometimes you move too fast and make mistakes. All right. Well, we'll see if this comes into play or not. Hopefully I catch that. All right, he is going to take this 2-pointer for free. And now I need to watch out. I have a 1 that's open, and I have a 2 that's open. And then I have a 2 that's covered, and I have a 3 that's covered. He does have one group that's near a siege that will win him the game. And I do have some desert power there, but I'm choosing not to use it. I am choosing to draw a card, which should be an Atreides card here. Don't know why I would draw a Fremen card. Okay, I drew a Fremen card. And then I will play Fear is the Mind Killer on the on the minor erg. And then that should be okay because I can move 2 guys with my house dice, and he is not in range of an attack if I do it carefully. And that would give me 4 more points. Although again, I'm up 1. I still will not win with that because I need to get to 10. Maybe I drew a Fremen card because I think he might just attack where Stilgar is, but that doesn't seem likely. I'm worried about like troop carriers bringing a fully loaded village onto that sector and then attacking. That would be bad. I'm worried about Harkonnen patrols, all those things. But if I can use this last one to get those points, I think that'll be very good. I'll definitely have atomics and then can put a lot of pressure on ending this. Boy, that turned pretty quickly. He has 2 dice, a mentat and a deploy. Neither of those are good for attacking, unless he has a card. So he's going to move closer to the erg. Oh, he's going to Shiga wire. Okay, so he moves and then Shiga wires. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and worm because I need to try to make sure he can't break my guys. Got him. Okay. So those guys are dead. That should secure my ability to worm here, or to move into the erg. So deploy an mentat. So he's going to mentat to draw 3 heart cards. Interesting. Would have thought maybe Carino cards would be good here. Maybe not, though. No Sardaukar to attack with. Yeah, you're probably looking for Harkonnen patrols is what you're hoping for. All right. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So he Shiga-wired Stilgar, so I can't do my Stilgar action. To get, yep, I think I was hoping to get a Eco Station too. But that did not happen. So I'll go ahead and do 2 minor erg. And then that's all I can do. I cannot also get an Eco Station. And then Randolph has a brilliant play here. And he will play explosive artillery, I believe. What's he got? Yep, that's right. Explosive artillery. He does it on the single guy, I believe. Yep. And then he just needs a single hit. Very good. That's going to kill my card, and it's also going to make me not score the objective. And I definitely don't score the mountain objective either. Wow, bummer. Serves me right, because I'm still cheating on the tracker too. All right, that's end of turn. Worm sign. Got what, 5 harvesters out? Oof. Should get 2 or 3. Got 3, he saves 1. So I'll get 2, he'll get 6 spice. Yep. Oh, I got that one too. Okay. 4 spice, 4 spice. 6 spice. 2, 4, 6. Yep. Okay. So everything's in place again. That bill of particulars is getting some value. The question is, do I keep the erg mission in the deck? Probably. I need to score those yellows. Man, that explosive artillery was bad. Okay, we're going to toss mountains, even though I'm currently in a mountain. Going to keep ergs, shuffle up, redistribute. Got ergs again, and families fleeing. I don't love that one. Draw 2 cards. And all right, we're at the final push. Harks need 2 points. I need a bunch. I rolled 2 house, a mentat, a strategy, and I'll put my Benny on deploy. He rolled handful of attacks. What's that, a mentat? I need, what do I need here? I do have atomics. No, I don't have atomics. Yeah, that's tough. Not getting these eco stations has sort of cost me. Okay. I have a little bit of an army I can kind of put together. But, okay, I see. Okay, I do a surprise attack into this area because I can score a green and a red, and that will get me atomics. And then I think I'm kind of hoping for the one that lets me redraw cards. Oh, I also have similitudes. That is a card that people think I dramatically underrated. I think they're probably right. I need a hit here. I rolled with a surprise, and I'm actually thinking about discarding. I don't realize he's already rolled. He just rolled a shield, so I got him. He's dead. I score another green. Then I get a green and a red for that. So there's my atomics. And I'm getting pretty close to being able to similitudes. Harkonnen patrols. Okay. So let's see where he puts them. That is the one that is a 1 siege. And the other one is a one that is a 2 siege. That's the right way to play it. However, I can afford to deploy and cover my 2. Now, I'm worried about troop transports, but troop transports is a Carino card, and I don't believe he's holding any Carino cards at the moment. Now, he may have drawn explosive artillery, drawing Harkonnen last turn, so if so, that was a good thing for Thufir. But that's also the hard part about not drawing Carino, is you end up with not a lot of flexible attacks. Okay, he does an attack and gets the 1 siege. And now the advantage is back to me again. I think I need 1 more point. I need to, again, I'm actually 1 point lower on yellow than I should be. I should be at 4. Anyway, I use atomics to blow a hole in the wall. I use I use the house dice as a leadership dice to play Paul's action, and then do a move and attack with Paul into the basin. That'll put me at 9. I'm also right next to Arakeen now, and that's going to make him nervous because of the voice from beyond. Likely, at least, it'll make him nervous. Okay, I am rolling 4 plus a surprise attack. He is going to be rolling 2. He might have cards to discard here, but it won't matter because I have a Fatakin. Yeah, our Sun Legion is fine to discard, I think. Okay, let's get some heads. Oh, he's discarding 2. Okay. He's 4-4 then. Even if he rolls 3 shields, it's going to be hard. Let's go, Wombat. What are we doing? He did roll 3 shields. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits. Okay. Yep. Yeah, Fatakin, surprise attacks. It's just too good. Alright, that's going to bump me 1 up on everything. Yep. So I should be at 5 and then 9. But that's still okay for similitudes because I can drop the high one and swap it with the yellow and I'll be just fine. So the miscount here isn't actually going to impact too much. So now he probably realizes that he's on a timer, but he also needs to worry about Arakeen. So he nixes Paul, which is smart because I might have the voice from beyond, and the voice from beyond will just end Arakeen. So now or voice from outer world, but now I can't play that because Paul's dead. And Chani is probably not enough to take Arakeen on her own, especially without a surprise attack. So I'll draw 2, just see what I get. And then I play Captured Ornithopters to do some damage to Arakeen. Now, what I'm trying to do here, because I know I have the advantage, and I just need 1 more dice to play a card, I'm trying to prevent him from doing something like troop carriers next to my siege and then attacking it. So I'm just trying to get him to respect this force that I have out there and get him nervous, because Arakeen is a win condition for me, obviously. So he has extra dice, so what he does is he deploys the Baron, or the Fade, with the Sardaukar and some regulars. Now that's a smart move, because after the captured Ornithopter, Chani could have taken that. So now I have just Desert Power left, so I can move some worms around. I don't have any better place to move them. And he does not have a card that can discard a strategy dice of mine. So I'm hoping he's going to not play Troop Carriers. He does have one Carino card. And here it comes. It is Sardaukar Manor. Okay, so he's going to do a surprise attack onto Chani. So here's Chani. We're at 4. He's going to be at a full 6, I believe, after discard. I do 4. He does a lot more. I am going to be dead. Yep. I take 5. I have 1 regular left. And then Fade can stay in Arakeen. He still has to take 4 damage. But now he's just going to have 1 dice left. And 1 dice is not going to be enough to take a siege of any variety. All right, so yep. And then with the final dice, I can play Similitudes. Nope. Oh, I guess he still has 2 dice. Okay, so then I eat those guys, get 3 hits. And then he has, so the risk here is, so what I should have done, I think, is I should have moved my sandworms out next to where Lady Jessica is and attacked that single guy, just in case it was troop carriers. But now he doesn't have any Carino cards left, so I know he doesn't have troop carriers, so we're pretty much okay here, I think. House dice to upgrade. The Baron can do a move and an attack, but because there's no Ornithopter there, he can't do very much. So he will place oh boy. Oh, interesting. If he had an attack, he could have placed Fade in that in that Harkonnen Patrol Legion. All right, so I move Jihad down and I move Yellow up, and we're okay. Jihad only needs to be at 3, so the extra miscount for the sand objective didn't actually matter there, so I'm glad about that. What did we learn here? I think I almost threw the game. I think that had he had an attack card, he could have deployed Fade into the Legion with the single guy, and then potentially had a surprise attack card left, and then attacked Jessica and maybe took it. So, I don't know. That's what I got, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hope this was fun. Thanks to Randall for the doubleheader, and I will see you guys around.